Man, I think that it's time for Jericho to go ahead and leave those boots in the middle of the ring. Man, I've been watching Jericho for almost 30 years, and I'm not trying to disrespect him, but it feels like he's lost a step. Like we've seen the best of him. We're not seeing the best of him anymore. Like like his feuds are not good. Like there's a reason why everyone calls him the Jericho Vortex because you just get trapped into whatever Jericho is doing and it's not good. Like look what happened to Ricky Starks. People forgot about Ricky Starks and he was on his way to the top. At his feud with Adam Cole, that was I mean the feud itself wasn't so bad, but the match and oh
That broke my heart.
yeah. I was gonna say as an we watched together. We've been watching this together. I was like, man, I don't know. I'm not sold on Adam Cole. And immediately after Adam Cole, immediately after Jericho, Adam Cole makes me a believer. And I'm like, is Jericho, is it really, I think it's time. I don't, I think it's time because we had some, like, like I said, with Ricky Starks and your boy Adam Cole, like, all looking not so great with him. Like, I think it is time. The Judas is not in my mind.
So I think the last feud that I can remember enjoying with him was at the end of the Ocho run in the Ring of Honor Championship, just because of the silliness and stuff on commentary. And that, it kills me. Jericho, I used to say, like, him and Edge were my favorites. I looked so fondly upon that history.
Mhm.
Since then, Adam Cole, since he's returned, has just kind of been like generic veteran who's gained to enjoy the spotlight and retire on his own terms. And Jericho's just kind of been Jericho and nothing special. And I love the guy, but I'm at the point where I
Yeah.
never generally want to say retire. But at this point, the dude at bare minimum needs to take one of his WWE breaks where he disappears for 6 months.
Yeah.
You mentioned
Yeah.
Ricky Starks. I forgot about him being a tag team champion just until recently because he's disappeared since then.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's the most egregious one for me. What happened to Ricky Starks? Where and this whole like him losing the Action Andretti thing was supposedly going to put Action Andretti over. That dude just chugs water bottles and hangs out with the top flight. Like he
I,
doesn't even get to do anything with them.
I don't even think it was really to put him over. It was a surprise, which was going to put Action Andretti with that group that Jericho was feuding with. So it was going to be more of a team thing. To like
Mm,
Action Andretti, I think was always going to be the third wheel in that aspect. But either way, I hate it. I hate saying this because one of my favorites all time, no doubt. But I
absolutely.
haven't been entertained by Jericho in years.
It's like, as we were both WCW kids growing up, so we've been watching Jericho since the beginning of Jericho time on TV. So it's hard to say it, but I don't want to see it anymore. I just want him to
Honestly,
be retired and happy doing music or something. I don't know.
honestly, I appreciate all that he does and still like will continue to do like the Cruise of Jericho.
Oh
I
yeah.
think that'd be great to do one year. However, I highly have issues. I highly doubt I'll enjoy it because I have issues with vertigo, especially laying down. So I imagine that kind of would be like on a boat and how people talk about seasickness. So I'm kind of worried about that aspect. But Cruise of Jericho, really cool. I think it's really fun. He probably helps a million people, but honestly, it's been a long time since he's done one of his like 6 months breaks. At least give me that. Like Jericho, you're the master of those things. Do it again.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
really,
give us
I wanted to
give us
kind
some
of,
time.
I wanted to try and disagree with you, but the problem is it's hard to disagree with this.
It's yeah, it's hard to say it, but everybody can anyone with eyes can tell that Jericho has lost a step in the ring. And I mean, he's still a solid worker because Jericho losing a step is still going to be better than most people. But at this point, we've seen what we're going to see. Like we know what every match is going to look like. You every single Jericho match, you call it down to a T. What's going to happen?
So I just realized something. We were talking, and it's like when we were kind of figuring out what we were going to talk about, we mentioned like right now we can't really blame him because what's going on with Kenny, everything's kind of got lost in the shuffle. So the most recent feud kind of
Yeah,
it's a wash. You
yeah,
can't talk about it. Why didn't
we're
he also take a break when Kenny's gone? It
mm,
was right there. It's built in. You could have been gone for like at least the last month.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why? That was a good time for him to just real quick. I'll be
Like,
back.
what if him and Kenny could have returned at Double or Nothing to fuck up whatever the Don Callis family was doing? He could have got his break. Who knows what's going on with Kenny? So hopefully that's a decent timetable. I have no idea how long a timetable for that is, if he can even return.
Right.
But that's a good amount of time. And even if he didn't come back with Kenny, he could have came back with himself, and you could have did the whole Sammy stuff then. Who cares?
Yeah. Like yeah. Like so, I get finishing the Sammy part of the story, but now that you're done with the Sammy stuff, give us a break because we love you, but we we don't. We want to see we want to see other people get some of those spots, some of those opportunities.
Like that young
We
up
need
and
to see
comer
some of the
Christian
young people get
Cage,
that time.
best
No,
heel in the
like
business.
the young up and comers that are his children. Okay,
He must
because
be the youngest father ever.
pretty soon he's gonna be everyone's father. But yeah, no, just I would. They have so many talented people that aren't getting enough time, and we've seen what we're gonna see out of Jericho. So take a break. Let someone else get some time in.